Today is Monday, April 14th, and this is your forecast for the central United States. And most of the country is under high pressure, which means the weather is dry. We do have an area of low pressure over the Great Lakes in the Midwest that's bringing some showers, and eventually we'll bring in some colder air over the next couple of days, especially for the eastern half of the Great Lakes. So let's get a look at that weather map on this Monday morning. There's that low pressure system. Light rain in the northern half of Michigan up into Ontario, Canada. There's some snow on the cold side of this low pressure system, and it's that cold air that's going to wrap in behind that storm as it moves away. It looks like the coldest of that air is going to settle over the eastern lakes. So as you head west into the Midwest, that's part of Minnesota and Wisconsin, that part of the Midwest, it's not going to be as cold here as it is, say, out toward Detroit and then crossing over toward Buffalo. So let's get a look at today's forecast. We are still on the milder side of this storm system. 62 in Grand Rapids, kind of mostly cloudy today. Same for Detroit, but a high near 70. Couple of showers with that front there cutting through Cleveland, upper 60s, low 60s today in Chicago. You get away from that low pressure system, even with some clouds. We're in the 70s today in Cincinnati, 76 for both Cincinnati and Louisville, 80s for Nashville over to Memphis. With temperatures like that, certainly starting to feel those pollen counts getting way up there, so probably suffering from those allergies if you do. We got colder air coming in for tomorrow in Detroit. That's that pocket of cold air I was talking about. The coldest of it is tomorrow, and then we slowly climb out of it here Wednesday, Thursday, and then maybe seeing back temperatures back into the 60s here by the end of the week. In Chicago, not quite as cold. The coldest of that air is just off to our east, but we'll be in the 50s here for the middle of the week, and then maybe an outside shot that we make it to 70 by the end of the week, of course with some showers probably toward the end of that day. 71 today with some thunderstorms possible in DC, especially toward the end of the day. We got highs 80 to 85 for most of the southeastern United States today, so feeling very much like a warm spring day. Low to mid 80s along the Gulf Coast, upper 80s out there in Dallas. Now it is going to get cooler in the south. That cold front's going to push through, and so after today it's going to be a bit cool here for the middle of the week by comparison for sure. Highs right around 70. We'll get back up near 80 though, I think, by the upcoming weekend. In South Florida, a high near 80 today in Fort Lauderdale. A little bit of a warm breeze, mainly clear skies, and falling back into the 70s later on. Temperatures peaking right around 80 for most of this upcoming week. All right, folks, that's your Monday morning weather update. I hope you have a fantastic start to your week, and remember that as long as you want there to be, there will always be a 100% chance of good things.